My name's Evan.
And my name is Justine.
My name is Hopi. And my name is Nicole. We are here to tell you about an idea we have that could help reverse the effects of global warming.
When Mount Pinatubo erupted in 1991, a large plume of ash and sulfur compounds were dispersed into the atmosphere.
These compounds went up into the jet stream and reflected a small portion of the sun's rays back into space.
Over the next 3 years, the Earth's average temperature decreased by just over 1 degree Celsius. Monitoring stations and satellites measured the amount of particulates dispersed and the amount of cooling the eruption caused.
So the experiment, in a sense, has already been done. Climatologists have been advocating that we deliberately disperse sulfur compounds into the atmosphere,
artificially lowering the Earth's temperature. Why haven't we done it?
We haven't done it because sulfur compounds, particularly sulfur dioxide, are known to cause acid rain. A recent study also suggests that these compounds could further destroy the ozone layer.
We believe we have found the solution, and the solution is gypsum.
Gypsum! What is gypsum? Gypsum is the common mineral used in the making of cement, drywall, plaster, and surgical casts. Gypsum is an abundant resource found in many places around the world. In the United States, it is found in the Great Lakes region and throughout the eastern part of the country. It is also found in Mexico, Northern Europe, and Russia. The act of dispersing gypsum into the atmosphere will reflect just enough of the sun's rays back into space, effectively lowering the Earth's temperatures, and unlike Mount Pinatubo's eruption, we will be able to select the exact locations, altitude, and amounts with regard to dispersing the gypsum.
How do we get it up there?
Commercial jets. We want to enlist the aid of the airline industry, an industry that has already made a commitment to go green.
Why do you keep going like that? Can't you? I mean, this makes airline people very nervous. That's turbulence.
How do we get it up there?
Commercial jets. We want to enlist the aid of the airline industry, an industry that has already made a commitment to go green.
Thousands of jets crisscross the planet on a daily basis. Corporations, governments, and even wealthy individuals will buy seats on these jets to compensate for the mass of the gypsum payload.
A dispersal A dispersal mechanism, like those used in commercial crop dusting, can be retrofitted into jets by the kind people at Boeing, Lockheed Martin, McDonnell Douglas, and others.
We could also blast it up there using heavy artillery or deliver it using C-130 transport planes. Why gypsum? Gypsum is a light color, most often white, making it highly reflective. It should do an even better job than sulfur dioxide. Gypsum is a relatively inert compound and should not cause acid rain or harm the ozone layer. Gypsum is so abundant that it is currently not being recycled, and we even have a nearly inexhaustible source of powdered gypsum lying right on the surface. That source is called White Sands National Monument.
"250 square feet of powdered gypsum."
How about square miles? Square feet is not a whole lot.
250 square miles of powdered gypsum.
Because there is an air base nearby, the nearly unlimited amount of gypsum can be readily transported to the airports around the world. Gypsum is safe, abundant, readily available, and we believe effective. We have the means right now to lower the Earth's temperatures and slow the melting of the Earth's polar ice caps. We are asking your help to make this happen. Thank you for listening to our idea.
I want you guys to get a lot more engaging here. You're talking to airline CEOs, you know. So now, why would the airline industry want to get involved?
I'm stoked. Now, why would the airline industry want to participate in this grand endeavor and haul gypsum into the skies?
Is there an economic incentive for them to retrofit their planes to help us disperse gypsum into the atmosphere?
We believe the answer is yes.
Last year, the airline industry as a whole lost billions of dollars, mostly due to the rising cost of fuel and fewer passengers.
Airlines have been forced to lay off pilots, cancel routes, merge with other airlines, and even fold their operations.
Airlines can only turn a profit when their planes are full. When seats are empty, they lose money.
What if the airlines could ensure that those seats stayed full? And what if they could, in a sense, fill those empty seats with gypsum?
Here's how it would work. An airplane scheduled to fly from LAX to LaGuardia has 30 empty seats. If the average weight of a passenger is 150 pounds, then the plane would be able to take 4,500 pounds of gypsum.
Just as there are fuel trucks to refuel the jets, there will be gypsum trucks to transfer gypsum into the specially designed cargo holds.
Remember, corporations, governments, and wealthy individuals will have purchased the seats on the planes in advance.
You could call them credits, so the planes take off with the full payload and every seat sold, even though 30 of them are actually empty.
Now for the fun part. As the plane flies across the country, gypsum is being dispersed out the back end, just as if the passengers were jumping out one by one.
This makes the plane lighter and lighter. The lighter the plane gets, the less jet fuel is consumed. These savings in fuel could go a long way towards offsetting the rising cost of oil.
And a plane that has every seat paid for, but not every seat full, saves in food service costs.
Planes that have contracted to carry a fixed amount of gypsum each flight could actually remove seats, thereby lightening the plane further and giving passengers more legroom.
On this plane, everyone flies first class. Unprofitable routes could be restored, and airplane personnel could be rehired. Some flights might even carry nothing but gypsum.
But best of all, the airline industry does more than go green.
The airline industry literally helps to cool down the world. Thank you for listening to our ideas.